It's my day in the shed. So if you're interested in what a DIY project looks like or a do-it-yourself project looks like, stay tuned because we're going to get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and the launch of a new series I am calling The Shed Bench. And basically, this is all things modification, repair. It could be anything that I am working on at any given time. And I thought, you know what, I'll share this with you because for those of you that enjoy passive content and like to see a product come together over a period of time or in a single episode, then this particular series is going to be for you. So today on the bench, we have my test rig for when we're A/B-ing pedals, and I certainly love what I built here. This was just a quick, let's put it together and see if we can make this work. And some of the challenge that I experienced was with the A/B switch. Like, how do you get the A/B switch to go to maybe, let's say, two different amplifiers? And that was the inherent challenge. So for example, if I was testing, let's say, two pedals, and I wanted to then hear that against one of these amplifiers. So for example, I'm using the tube screamers to dial in, or to gain stage to dial in a rectifier tone on, let's say, this Fender behind me, and I want to turn that into a recto tone with two tube screamers. Well, how could I A/B instantly what's happening with the tube screamers using an A/B switch? Well, the problem that I found is that if I didn't split the signal between what I was sending to the two amplifiers, I would inherently get extra gain staging on, let's say, the dual rectifier when I wouldn't want it, or one of these rectifiers up here. And then the clean channel would also get the distorted sound. So it became problematic. And after a bunch of chord hoop jumping, I figured out how to kind of get this all to work together. And today I'm going to move away from this mess of cables that I have, not necessarily here on the pedal board itself, but it's some of the connections that are external to make it easier to easily hook up, and we can keep everything efficient. So the purpose of today's video, with all of that to be said, is I'm modifying our pedal board test rig to make it more efficient. And as you can see here on the screen, I have several 1/4-inch recessed connectors that I'm going to be adding. Some of those will plug into, will be plugins for the input jacks of the pedal, and then there will be a singular output jack. And then I'm going to try to think through, is there anything else that I would want to add to some additional flexibility on this so that it can be easily mobilized for, let's say, 4 pedals. If I wanted to do a 4-pedal shootout and abandon the A/B box, like, what connections can I make to do this efficiently? And so I think this will be an ever-evolving project as need changes, and I'm certain that the labeling is going to get extremely confusing. But for today's video, I'm just going to do the stages of what the work that's being done. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get in, I'm going to drill holes in this thing and see how that's going to shape out. I know, like, when I'll show you these here, so it's not on, you have to look at the screen, but these are the 1/4-inch connectors I plan on using. And what I need to do is I need to drill out the actual wood on the pedal board to make these fit and then get them wired up. So I'll do just some snapshots of what that process looked like. I'm going to have some music playing over top of this so that I'm not, you get the benefit of having some things done in real time, and then there'll be some pauses in between where I'm going to circle back and talk a little bit about what I'm doing. But the first step is I'm going to prep the surface and get these guys mounted. And then the second thing I'm going to show is the wiring up process, and then I'll get it all finalized and we'll come back and we'll see it in its finalized state and we'll go from there. All right, stay tuned. We're finished. It turned out great. I'm very excited about this. Streamlined, clean cabling, which I did off camera. I built these. These are the solderless cables. I'm a fan. You should check them out if you haven't. From left to right, let's talk about it real quick. So I have a 2 amp, which is sending out from the pedals to the amplifier, and then I have the ability to plug directly in. As you can see down here on the left, it says to guitar. So you plug that in, and that connects all the way over here to the pedal input, which is nice because it allows the switcher to have a clean connection rather than running a bunch of cables all over the place. That then connects to these two pedals that you can switch independently, which takes me to the next part, which is the two outputs up top there. And those are awesome. It allows us this flexibility to easily A/B two pedals and have it go directly to the amp. And essentially, all I have to do is grab this board, plug in the power cord, plug in the amplifier, and drop two pedals on here, plug them in as the cables are already there and wired and ready to go. And we are ready for a grudge match. And the big one's coming this week, which I'm excited about, which is the Digitech and Dodd Grunge Pedal Shootout. That'll be fun. And certainly we might have one more fun grudge match this week that I'll be getting into. So I'm looking forward to launching that one. But before we depart, I should let you hear how this turned out. We'll have to check and see, did my handiwork pay off and did I get it right? Let's find out. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my guitar set up here and we'll be right back. All right, we are ready to test. Got my Dean Evo in hand, and let's take a listen to see if this thing's functioning as it should. There you have it. We have a functioning pedal board. It is ready to rock and roll and serve this channel well for shootouts and grudge matches. And you know what? I'm glad you joined me for this journey. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You know, this new series of what's on, or the shed bench, what's on the bench. This is a great way for us to just have some extra fun, some passive content. And again, here I am. It's Labor Day and I'm laboring. No, this was a labor of love for sure. And I hope you enjoyed it. I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you who are tuning in to watch this video, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.